Pretty much everyone on this journey when the quest for our true nature through grace or suffering, which is essentially the same, looks for our true nature, or simply peace, contentment, happiness, harmony. Pretty much everyone in this human form starts looking from the perspective of that human form, from the perspective of a separate person, a me, a personal me that is looking for something that I apparently don't have. Many of us may have tried to find that peace, that happiness, that harmony. Through a career, through approaching beautiful things, a relationship. We look, most of us, for that happiness in the phenomenal world, in the appearances of this world that at that time appear as something outside of me. I am deeply conditioned to be a solid me in this body. Somehow I'm stuck in here and others are stuck in their body. And from that perspective, through grace or suffering, I start looking for something beyond things, beyond phenomenal experience, beyond objective experience. Looking for happiness, mostly disappointed from the fleeting experience of the happiness from things or from an apparent partner outside of me that is supposed to fulfill me, to make me whole. We set up on the quest, we may have heard somewhere in the East of something like enlightenment, or in religious terms, we may seek for God, awakening, liberation, the peace that passes understanding, whatever we call it. Usually, there is a me looking for something that is to be found outside of me, and the mind usually thinks it's something that I can achieve in the future. being in that, there's no problem with that. Being in that confusion, in that not knowing, most of us start from that perspective. I am a person, and the things of the world somehow have not brought, knowingly or not knowingly, what I know deep down in my heart, what I'm looking for. So we could say start our spiritual life. These are, of course, all just words and never can express fully the truth. The word spirituality is a bit also tainted by now, but simply meaning we look for some spirit, something that is beyond things, beyond phenomena that I can experience with my mind. And almost all of us begin that spiritual life from the belief to be a separate me. That can become free, become enlightened, become awakened. And in concession to this perspective, to that starting point, apparent starting point of the spiritual journey, many traditions have created spiritual practices. Practices for that apparent me that progressively can lead me to that awakening, to that enlightenment, to that freedom. We refer to that, or it is referred to that often as the progressive path. A progressive path for a person that is moving through practice into different stages of consciousness, it's sometimes said. And that is a very valid perspective. I do not dismiss that because it seems like that. What we have to understand, though, is that these practices, be they yoga or meditation or japa recitation or prayers, special techniques to move energy in my chakras, in my energy body, Kriya Yoga, all of those practices and techniques are not for my being, not for myself. They are for my body. They are for my mind. They are preparational practices to help me to grasp that open secret that I am already that what I am seeking. So many that come to this so-called non-dual teachings, satsang, come from a spiritual journey and have practiced mindfulness, meditation, yoga, the Course in Miracles, many beautiful ways to support the body-mind to be receptive, open to the simple truth that I am already that. So this progressive path, also sometimes called the indirect path, is a very valid path to prepare the body and the mind. But it can never make us become or bring us to the destination where we already are happily waiting for all of us to arrive.